Cepheus holds the title of the 27th largest constellation that owns the area of 588 square degrees in the Earth's atmosphere. It is located in the fourth quadrant of the northern hemisphere. The constellation can be viewed from positive 90 and negative 10 degrees. In the fact, it is best notable through the naked eye at 9 p.m. during the month of November. Cepheus is named after the mythical king Cepheus of Ethiopia. Cepheus was originally included in the 48 constellations by the Greek astronomer Ptolemy in the 2nd century and is now one of the 88 modern constellations. In Chinese mythology, Cepheus lies across the quadrants, symbolizing the black tortoise of the north and 3 enclosures. The black tortoise is one of the 4 symbols of the Chinese constellations. The TV sitcom Third Rock from the Sun mentions that the alien home planet is located in a barred spiral galaxy found on the Cepheus-Draco border. The border resembles the Tadpole galaxy, which is 420 million light-years away from Draco. The constellation Cepheus. The brightest star and subgiant of the constellation is called Alpha Cephei, also known as outer mean. This name is translated to mean the right arm, as in the right arm of the king, which the constellation represents. Outer mean periodically comes within 3 degrees of becoming an exact pole star. Beta Cephei is the 3rd magnitude star in the constellation, also known as Alpharic. Alpharic means the flock and is located primarily in the northern hemisphere with its extreme northern declination of 70 degrees and 30 minutes. Delta Cephei is a prototype of the Cepheid class of variable stars, probably because it can be observed with an unaided eye. It is a good star to observe if someone needs to see full stars change in brightness in a short time. Gamma Cephei, which is traditionally called Ari, is an orange-hued star that is 45 light-years from Earth. The system consists of an orange subgiant and a red dwarf. It has a magnitude of 3.2. Within the constellation of Cepheus, there is a 3rd magnitude class K0 star hidden. Its name is Iota Cephei. This star is about 1.8 to 2.2 times the mass of the Sun and is 10.5 to 0.18 times the Sun's radius. In about 5,200 CFs, it will become the pole star in this constellation. Mu Cephei, also known as Herschel's Garnet Star, is a red supergiant in the constellation Cepheus. It is classified as an M2 supergiant and is one of the most luminous stars in the constellation, and it is also 1,000 times larger than our Sun. Deep sky objects.
A new study from 2 of NASA's great observatories provides fresh insight into how some stars are born, along with a beautiful new image of a stellar nursery in our own Milky Way galaxy. While astronomers have long understood that stars and planets form from the collapse of a cloud of gas, the main causes of this process have remained mysterious. Now, research on an object known as Cepheus b, a cloud of hydrogen about 2,400 light-years from Earth, helps answer that question. X-rays seen by Chandra show where the young stars in the cloud are, while infrared emission observed by Spitzer reveals whether these stars contain planet-forming disks around them. Taken together, these data reveal that radiation from massive stars is triggering a new generation of stars to be born. This happens more often than previously thought.
The ghost of Cepheus is one of the many spooky shapes that roam across the dark sky. This cloud complex is 1,200 light-years away from Earth and takes up about 2 light-years to cross the ghostly nebula. The Wizard Nebula, also known as NGC 7380, is a cluster founded by Caroline Herschel in 1787. The nebula, NGC 7380, is approximately 7,000 light-years away from our solar system. The Iris Nebula, also known as NGC 7023, is a reflection nebula with an apparent magnitude of 6.8. It is approximately 1,300 light-years in distance. This object is really a star cluster embedded inside of a nebula, which has an apparent magnitude of 3.23. The Fireworks Galaxy, also known as NGC 6949, is an intermittent spiral galaxy in Cepheus. It has an apparent magnitude of 9.6 and is approximately 22 million light-years distant. It lies on the border between Cepheus and Cygnus. The galaxy was discovered by William Herschel in September 1798. Nearby constellations. Camelopardalis is known as the Giraffe, a largely relatively barren constellation near the north celestial pole, lying between Ursa Major and Cassiopeia. Unlike its neighboring constellation Cepheus, it is not a part of the 88 modern constellations. Cassiopeia is a constellation named after the vain queen Cassiopeia in Greek mythology, who boasted about her unrivaled beauty and was one of the 48 constellations created by Greek astronomer Ptolemy in the 2nd century. Cepheus is to the north of Cassiopeia and also belongs to the Perseus family along with Cepheus. Cygnus is a northern constellation lying on the planet of the Milky Way. Its name is Greek word for swan and is one of the 48 constellations to be created by astronomer Ptolemy and is one of the remaining 88 modern constellations. Draco is a constellation in the far northern sky. Its name is Latin for dragon. Draco is never setting for many observers in the northern hemisphere and is one of the original 48 constellations by the astronomer Ptolemy, but now remains one of the 88 modern constellations today. Lacerta is a small, faint constellation. Its name is Latin for lizard. It was created in 1687 by the astronomer Johannes Hevelius. It is one of the 88 modern constellations and its neighboring constellation to Cepheus, and it belongs to the Perseus family as well. Ursa Minor, also known as Little Bear, is a constellation in the northern sky. It was one of the 48 constellations created by the astronomer Ptolemy and remains one of the 88 modern constellations. The star at the end of the Dipper handle is Polaris, the North Star. NGC 7142 is an open cluster about 6,200 light-years away from the constellation Cepheus. It is located near the reflection nebula NGC 7129, which is the first indication that the cluster may be obscured by an interstellar cloud. Although thought to be an old cluster, NGC 7142 contains a surprisingly high number of blue stars. NGC 188, also known as Caldwell 1, is an open cluster in constellation Cepheus. It was discovered by John Herschel in 1825. Unlike most open clusters that drift apart after a few million years because of the gravitational interaction in our galaxy, NGC 188 lies above the plane of the galaxy and is one of the most ancient open clusters.